Okay, can everyone hear me? Do I have to stand behind the microphone? Yes, you can hear me? No,
Can hear you.
You can't? Okay.
April, I will say that that's blocking the screen for those of us on this side. Thank you.
Okay. All right, well, I did my project on complementary and alternative medicine, also known as CAM, and the demographics of the users and why they use it. The methodologies I used include a literature review and a few phone calls to the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. So before I get started, we're going to do a little activity, and for those of you who don't want to participate, just kind of scooch back. I'm going to ask everyone else to stand up.
You need to tell us what it is.
I know.
Because that is
All right, turn to your left. Put your hands on the shoulders of the person in front of you.
Interesting.
All right, and rub.
Can you reach?
Thank you for making the turn.
Oh man, I was gypped.
All right, everyone stop and turn around. Same thing.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Okay. Can you reach there, Emily?
Yeah, right. All right, you can have a seat. So what was that? What did we just do? Physically, what is that? A massage. All right, massage is actually a form of complementary and alternative medicine. There are many different forms, which include acupuncture, Reiki, Qigong, yoga. I could go on for an hour about how many different types there are. I did skip my thank you, but I'll come back to that at the end. So the National Institute of Health actually describes CAM therapies as a group of diverse medical systems and practices that aren't used in conventional medicine. So these CAM therapies mainly originated from traditional Chinese medicine, which have endured throughout history, mainly due to their ability to effectively produce tangible results. And also with the help of the application of their concepts, including yin-yang and qi. Now, in an attempt to describe these two concepts to you, I am using the bridging strategy of reasoning through analogies. So I'm going to describe yin-yang in terms of homeostasis. They are both in equilibrium in the body that must be maintained. Any imbalance can cause disease or illness. Now, as for qi, I'm going to describe that as the circulatory system. Qi, like blood, is a vital life source that without, I wouldn't be here today, and if you didn't have it either, neither would you. And like blood, or qi, flows through the body through different channels and meridians, very similar to the veins and arteries that blood flows through. So these CAM therapies are becoming increasingly more popular. Part of this is due to the acceptance of CAM therapies in Western biomedicine. And one example of this is that in 1991, the University of Maryland actually implemented their integrative medicine program at their School of Medicine. So now, if you are a medical student there, you can take alternative medicine as your third and fourth year electives. And also, it is becoming increasingly popular in these areas. And through my phone call to the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, they told me that in 1995, there were roughly 400 acupuncturists in the state of Maryland. Today, there are roughly 1,800. Now, this is just acupuncture, too. This doesn't include yoga, massage, Reiki, or any of the other forms of complementary and alternative medicine. All right, the second bridging strategy I've used is a multi-causal explanation of a person's health-seeking behaviors. So, the sociologist would say, why is a person using CAM therapies? Well, these CAM therapies are becoming increasingly popular, and a person's personal perception of the pressure to conform, also known as the subjective norm, is what's causing them to seek out these therapies. The psychologist would say, well, a person is motivated through their beliefs and values, which, according to Freud, are adapted from the parent of the same sex at an early age. Well, I took these perspectives together and I created this health-seeking concept map, which, I'm sorry if you can't see it that well, but I'm going to describe it. Over here, we've got the endurance of CAM throughout history. which has allowed it to become popular and become a social influence. And right here we've got the adoption of beliefs and values from the parent of the same sex, which in turn create the individual beliefs and values. And I'm going to use the example of Tom, who has terrible knee problems. His knee hurts so bad, but guess what? Tom doesn't like going to doctors. He hates needles. His dad never went. Sorry if you can't see this. So he doesn't want to go. Now over here, you've got his friend Paul, who had those same knee problems and went to an acupuncturist, and now Paul feels great. So Paul's telling Tom, you should go see the acupuncturist. I liked it. It was great. It'll really help you. So here you have Tom's relative importance of his attitude toward the behavior and of the subjective norm. So Tom's saying, okay, I don't like going to the doctors, but Paul's really telling me I should go. So in turn, that creates Tom's intention. I think I'll try out the acupuncturist. What do I have to lose? I'm really hurting. And then in turn, that creates the behavior of Tom physically going to the acupuncturist and getting treated. I'm going to have to take this down so it's not in the way. So who is using these therapies? That's what my research is all about, right? Well, according to the 2007 National Health Interview Survey, 38.3% of American adults are using CAM therapies. They're most likely women with higher levels of income and higher levels of education. They also, this is a graph from the survey, as you can see, range from age 0 to 85 and up, with the main peaks in 18 through 70, the number one peak in between 50 and 59. And if you look at the ethnicities, it's mainly the American Indian or Alaskan Native. And then we have white and Asian Americans in a close second and third. And then at the lower end of the scale, we have Black and Hispanic Americans. So why is all this important? What does it matter if a woman is using it more, or if someone with higher levels of education is using it more? Well, it's important to provide policymakers with the evidence that they need to implement any programs or make changes to their current programs. It's also important for hospitals who are maybe looking to open their own program for integrative medicine, and whether or not they have the patient base for it. And finally, it's important to a provider who is looking to open their own practice and want it to be in a successful area. Or maybe they're looking to educate and they want to know where the best places are to do so. So in summary, this acceptance of CAM, or complementary and alternative medicine, is due to its endurance throughout history and through its increasing popularity and acceptance in Western biomedicine. Now this time I'm going to go back to my thank you that I skipped. To my advisors, Dr. Yip and Michael Nolan, right over there, and my INDS advisors. Pretty much everybody's helped me. Carrie's my specific advisor, but I took the class with Mr. McAlpine and Mr. Jones. And also to my loved ones, part of the family over here, mom, boyfriend, stepmom, dad. And at this point, I'd like to open it to any questions you guys might have.